Morning, guys. How's it going? Phil here. Phil does that. Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend. Having a great Monday so far. I know it's an adventure here at the Watson homestead. Doing a pretty fun workout routine and trying to get ready for the upcoming triathlon season. So hopefully I could do that. Get ready for it at least. We're going to talk about personal values this morning. You know, what are personal values and why am I even talking about this? So, you know, in the Army, we had these little dog tags and little cards that you put in your wallet, and you know, for soldier to month board and NCO boards, and you know, sergeant major or the colonel walking around and come up, hey, what's the Army values? And good morning, Danny. Good to see you, brother. I want to call you Colonel Sample, but we used to the Siluria Brewery. Danny, good morning to you. The Army values, you know, you've been in the military, you know what I'm talking about. We got loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Do I need to go and break down the definitions there? No, I don't think so. I'm not going to spend that much time on describing the Army values because I want you to find your values, your personal values. So this year I'm switching over. Hopefully in February, I'm switching over from Brandon Brouchard's planner to the Clever Fox planner. Clever Fox, and it's like a yearly sized. So instead of buying like 6 for the year, I'm only buying 1, and this thing is in a sweet infantry blue color. Y'all know why sky's blue, right? It's because God loves the infantry, huh? But like flipping through this thing, it was like, what are your core values? And I was like, you know, I've never really investigated what my core values are. So let's look at a definition. So if I like flip through Google and I'm like, hey, what is a personal value or a core value? And you know, the definition that most likely pops up is they're a broad, desirable goal that motivate people's actions and serve as guiding principle in their lives. So I was like, I've never really thought about what my own personal value is, you know, and I'm sitting here like, what are my core values, you know? So I did some deeper research and I found a personal values assessment online here. I'll throw the link up in the comments, but if you go to personal values assessment, it'll bring up a free online test and just follow the instructions. And I did that, and I discovered a pretty interesting aspects of myself, you know, through the whole select the process. And you know, you can have many values. Here it says personal values are desirable to an individual and represent what is important to someone. The same value in different people can elicit different behaviors. Person can have many values, with an individual assigning more importance to some values over others. And it's pretty interesting when you go through the little core values exercise on, you know, the personal values assessment test online. It rates them because you flip back and forth, and it's a pretty neat algorithm, you know. And but I came up with for me, you know, for Phil Watson, you know, my core values are accountability. Accountability is like the top of my list. Adventure. I enjoy adventures. Courage, variety, and pleasure. Those are my core values. Those are my motivators. Those are my individual goals on what I want now. So I like being held accountable, and I like people holding accountability for their actions. I've always been, I guess, responsibility, accountability kind of goes hand in hand, and that explained a lot of my weird neurosis, I guess, my actions, my entire thought process. It helped explain that to me, and it's like, well, Phil, why do you get spun out of control? Like if the toilet paper roll is empty, and I'm like, well, have accountability to replace the thing. I don't know, but it helped explain where some of my stuff comes from, and now I know why that is. Adventure. I can't just like sit around and be like, well, I'm doing all right. I need to go do something. I crave doing something adventurous. I like the sense of adventure, going to a new place, going to walk or discover somewhere new, walking through a different section of the woods or even the neighborhood, trying to tie things together. It's like this morning, I've been walking and running and rucking and doing sandbag lifts and all this other stuff, and this week I am determined to do 15 to 20 minutes of spin cycle class and then run a mile. And that's a baseline. Now we're still doing the January Tribe Go Ruck Challenge, which is a 1 mile walk or a 1 mile ruck a day. So I got to do that as a baseline as well. So I'm on the spin bike for 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm running a mile a day, and then that's working on my transition for the triathlon craziness. But then the rucksack adds like a whole nother level to it. So my Garmin's like, bro, what are you doing? And my body's like, bro, what are you doing? And it's really fun. It's like a sense of adventure and seeing, well, if I do this, what's going to happen here? If I do this way, what's going to happen here? I found out that if I sleep late, I actually lose more weight. I actually like give my body time to recover. I lose more weight. Whereas if I eat more, even some carbs, I'll lose weight. But if I try and starve myself, I'll gain weight. So there's a bunch of different variables in there. So don't take any of this scientifically. But I'm having a sense of adventure, just figuring out what works for me. Good morning, shipmate Stan Jewett. It's good to see you on there, brother. And Justin Headcase, how you doing, man? But back to personal values. I love that sense of adventure, courage. Try something new. Go out of your way to help somebody else. That takes courage. It goes out of your way to like kind of act a fool. The other day I was grocery shopping with the youngest, and I accidentally pushed a cart into an end cap at Walmart's. the whole freaking end cap of like my journals or whatever kind of stuff fell off, and it was like pow, 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 like crazy noise and stuff hanging everywhere. And this lady's like, ah, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to give you PTSD in the Walmarts, and of course, I'm like all tiger striped out, and I got my tiger stripe, and she's like looking at me like, and I was like, yeah, it'll be all right. And I picked the stuff up, but it took courage in order to turn it into like, yeah, that was totally my fault. And it was hilarious. I laughed over it. And then I'm sitting there trying to put everything back up into place, and it kept falling back down. And I was like, bro, I just stacked it up. And of course there's no Walmart workers because it's Walmart. But anyway, courage, it takes courage to go out there and put yourself out, put your heart out there, and offer this advice to somebody else. It takes courage to do that. It takes courage to share what you're feeling. It takes courage to you know, see a brother that's struggling online, and to go out there and offer help, even if it's just a listening ear or talk. It takes courage. So variety, man. I always gotta be doing something different. And you know, like if I just ran every day, I would get really bored. So if I cycle and then run, that's throwing some variety in there. If I cycle, run, uh, and then ruck, that's throwing a lot of variety in there. If I lift weights and run, and then mix it up, mix it up. You got to do something different, and you know, that brings variety into my life, and that makes me happy. And that brings me to my last one, is pleasure. Um, you know, the whole military thing was embrace the suck. What's up, Rachel? Good to see you. And Josh, Monumental Technologies, right? Monumental Technologies. Y'all check him out. The pleasure, you know, embrace the suck of the Army. You know, it never, it did bring me pleasure sometimes, you know. Yeah, it was great serving my country. Yeah, it was awesome helping the Kosovo gain its independence. It was awesome freeing the Iraqis from the Ba'ath Party. But most of it was embrace the suck. You know, it wasn't a pleasureful moment of my life, you know. And now I get to live for what brings me pleasure. Does that make sense? I don't teach the motorcycle class because it brings me money. I don't teach the motorcycle class because it promotes Harley Davidson. I don't do it for that reason. I do it because I enjoy it. I have fun doing it. I have fun sharing that knowledge of being a motorcycle rider. I have fun introducing those young or old students to a completely different lifestyle, which motorcycles bring. So think about what are your personal values and how you can focusing on those personal values and finding complete happiness in yourself. That's where it comes down to. We want to find happiness. We want to find purpose. We want to find an actionable goal in our lives. That's what we're here for, right? We want to challenge ourselves. I'm constantly seeking a new challenge. Laura Lynn is like the challenge master. I don't know. She's like done a no spin challenge where she hasn't bought anything for like a week. We're getting ready to go into a saving sprint. So like 2 months of Dave Ramsey's beans and rice and beans, but on a keto diet. We'll figure it out. But you know, she's always finding these different challenges and these different small goals to constantly accomplish. And when she slams them out, dude, it's like a board, you know, a check off the accomplishments list. We got a list from 2020 of accomplishments that we did as a family, you know, Team Watson. And bro, we crushed 2020. You know, 2021 is just starting, and we're already ahead of the game. So look at yourself. Do some deep deep insight. Clever Fox planner, bro. Get a piece of paper and just write down your feelings. If that's what it comes down to, it helps. It helps. I'm even doing like, this thing's all kind of silly. Like I got a vision board. Like I'm cutting up magazines and gluing stuff in. I got, look, it's like what is it? Craft time with Phil. You know, I'm having fun though. and it's helping me focus all of this intense energy that I have blowing around in my head and actually bringing something productive to my life. Do something with purpose. Purpose. Live your life with purpose. So that's my challenge this week. My challenge this week is find out, jump on there and do your personal values assessment. At least look through it. Y'all do the little quizzes on Facebook, like what kind of cucumber am I? If you got time to do that, you got time to do something for yourself. Do something for yourself and figure out what your personal values are. That'll help you develop your purpose or help you see your purpose. Your purpose is already laid out. Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. God has a purpose for each and every single one of us, believe it or not. But don't eat the paste, bro. It is a blue glue stick. It's purple, and I thought it was grape flavored. So I asked my Marine buddy to taste it, and he's like, "Oh, I eat crayons, not glue." So anyway, I love you, Juice Box, if you're watching. But go out there, do something awesome this weekend or this week. I'm sorry. Find out what are your personal values, what makes you happy, what drives you. Develop a purpose and start pushing toward that. Push towards that goal. Make a bunch of little mini goals and knock them out in steps. If you knock out those mini goals, you accomplish a really big goal at the end, and you feel better, and then you get motivated, and it's like a snowball effect. You got this little goal, and that little goal grows into a bigger goal, a bigger goal, bigger goal, bigger goal. And the next thing you know, you got a beard like this. Oh, boom. All right. You guys be safe. Have an awesome week. Go out there and make it yours. Make it yours. This is your week. You got this. It's the last week in January, isn't it? Pretty sure it's the last week in January. It's your last week to make January freaking count. 2021, man, this is yours. Crush it. Get out there, do it. Thanks, Hey-Ob. I appreciate you, brother. Y'all be safe. I miss you, head case. Serato, what's up, bro? Let's see, who else did I miss? Reggie Horn, shout out. Josh Jennings, I got you. Hey-Ob. My cousin Jesse, what's up, brother? I got my freaking shipmates and everybody on here. Chris Cash, good to see you, brother. Sean Smith, man. Out of nowhere, like Sean will post something on Facebook. It'll be like, be kind to your neighbors today. And I'm like, I needed to see that, And he's like, I remember up in Washington, he'd be like, hey, make sure you reach out and tell everybody that you're thinking about them this week. And it really does make a difference. So I love you guys. Heaton, be safe, brother. Y'all be safe. Have a great week. Go out there and crush it. It's yours. It's your week. It's your month. Do it. I'm out. Bye. Bye-bye.